Hello, hello, beautiful people. As you can see on the screen, we're going to talk about the death of Kenneka Jenkins. I just left not alive, a live on YouTube from my boy Trey Gang Productions. And I have a whole playlist started for her, and a lot of his videos are already there because, in my opinion, he's covered it the best, the longest. And there are a couple more people, don't get me wrong, but again, the best for the longest, in my opinion. But one thing that bugs me about this case is that outside of research and investigatively, her story really hasn't just been told. Now, this is Wikipedia's version. I haven't read it all myself, and I can tell you before starting, unless they've been to some of Trey Gang's lives, or maybe a couple of other people who got to the meat and potatoes, then, for instance, Crenshaw Incorporated. Um, unless they've done that, there's no way this article is going to be completely on the money. They're probably going to stick to the script, hopefully just the facts as they know them, as we know them. But one thing for sure, this case is unsolved by law enforcement. There has been no justice for Kenneka Jenkins. None. The only airing was way back in 2017. I can't think of the name of the news station, and to be honest, I don't want to give them credit anyway because it was a piss poor job and there was no investigative reporting. There have been ex prosecutors on BET, not to give them credit, and Essence Magazine even did some coverage, not to give them credit, because they left it at, her family now needs to seek justice. But they're in the positions to be able to really help the family get that justice. And nobody that I see is reaching out. Now, did they reach out to her mother directly? I don't know. I've never spoken to her mother. There are mixed opinions about her mother. I'll let you know that. Some say she's directly involved. I don't choose to believe that. I'm still doing my research and learning from others who are researching, and I just haven't seen enough proof to make me feel that way. And y'all know, I don't give a damn what everybody else wants to believe. I gotta believe for myself. I know that a lot of you have heard of this story, but I know a lot of you have not. So this is going to be part one of my Kenneka Jenkins story. And I'm committed to going through some of the long lives that I've spent learning from Trey Gang, some of my other favorite YouTubers in my watch history that I believe have found creditable information. I want to put all that together the way that I like things in one place, put a little bow on it. Please, please, please understand this story has never been told properly by the media. And the media is no longer talking. Rosemont PD, is no longer talking. The Crown Plaza Hotel, as far as I know, other than the interview that was done with Zach TV before he was murdered, they never said a word. And they are still open and doing business actively every day. That bothers me. So here's what happened, to the best of Wikipedia's knowledge. 19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins was found dead inside a latched freezer of the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont, Illinois, after attending a party there on September 8th, 2017. The medical examiner's report found Jenkins' death to be accidental. Alcohol and topiramate were found in her system and thought to have hastened the the effects of hypothermia sustained by Jenkins remaining inside the freezer. While the Rosemont Police Department did not suspect foul play, they stated that their investigation was incomplete. Jenkins' family and friends criticized the initial police response, and a lawsuit was subsequently filed against the hotel and others. Kenneka Jenkins was in a hotel with friends at a party that took place in room 926 of the Crown Plaza Chicago O'Hare Hotel in Rosemont, a suburb of Chicago. The party started at 11:30 p.m. on Friday, September 8, 2017. An acquaintance who arrived at the party noticed that Jenkins appeared to be swaying back and forth as she embraced him in a hug. Several witnesses reported seeing her drink cognac, but did not see her partake of any marijuana or other drugs. Another witness reported that Jenkins wasn't acting like her usual self, noting that she would dance a little, but later appeared to be sad and went to go sit down. She was briefly seen with others walking through one of the halls in the hotel. Camera footage later surfaced of Jenkins staggering near the front desk at 3:20 a.m. About 1 hour later, Jenkins' friends contacted her mother, Teresa Martin, who arrived at the hotel around 5:30 a.m. to assist in the search. She proceeded to knock on many guest doors from the top floor to the bottom until a hotel employee called 911 to complain. Hotel management stated that they could not provide access to video footage from the night before until someone reported Jenkins missing to the police, who officially reported her missing to hotel management at 1:15 p.m. Saturday. Family members later characterized the initial police response as lacking in urgency. A first check of camera footage that focused on entrances and exits turned up nothing. But at 10 p.m., police spotted footage of Jenkins stumbling through the hotel. Her whereabouts remained unknown until she was found in the hotel's freezer and pronounced dead at 12:48 a.m. Sunday. She was found lying face down on her side with one shoe off. There was no sign of trauma other than a small cut on her foot. The temperature inside the freezer was found to be 34 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 degree Celsius, approximately 2 hours after the doors had been left open. The freezer, which was on and working, was described as a walk-in freezer with a walk-in cooler and was part of an unused kitchen. Lights were apparently turned off in both chambers when she entered them. Questions remained as to why the freezer was turned off, although it was reportedly being leased out to start a restaurant using space in the hotel. Motion detecting security cameras showed Jenkins staggering, apparently intoxicated, through the hotel's hallways, eventually arriving at the kitchen, where she rounded a corner towards the freezer. The freezer door itself was out of the camera's sight. On October 6, 2017, the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office ruled Jenkins' death an accident. The autopsy report found no illegal drugs in Jenkins' system, but her blood alcohol level was found to be 0.112. Traces of topiramate, a drug used to treat epilepsy and migraine headaches, were found in her system, although she was never prescribed this medication. Topiramate taken together with alcohol can enhance the effects of both and hasten the onset of hypothermia, the presence of which was confirmed by lesions found in Jenkins' stomach. Brain swelling was also observed, but this condition was not associated with her cause of death. The Rosemont Police Department issued a statement the same day, saying that while no foul play was suspected, their investigation had not yet been completed. Jenkins' friends' stories remain inconsistent as to exactly what happened after the party. After she went missing, one of the friends texted another about how Jenkins was drunk and missing. The reply came back, "Find Kenneka, and I can't believe y'all lost her." They told Martin that Jenkins had gone downstairs with some people, but they left her alone to go and retrieve a cell phone from one of the hotel rooms. In 2018, the family's attorney, Jeffrey Fieger, filed a $50 million lawsuit against the hotel and others. He displayed photos of a freezer door, showing that it had a lock button from the outside, and suggested someone may have inadvertently locked the freezer door. This was contradicted by the security camera, which recorded no other footage since August 30th, nor any after Jenkins footage. The photo seemed not to be of the actual freezer door, which latched shut but apparently had no lock. A white circular handle on the inside, which would have enabled a person to exit on their own, appeared to be in good working order. The attorney asserted that the hotel had the means to lock off the kitchen area, as it had a pair of plywood doors with a padlock. Now, that is certainly what I call a brief overview of everything, and definitely not completely thorough. There is so much more to this. I want to call her a baby because to me, she's somebody's baby. But she was of legal age. I don't even know where to start except to say check out the playlist. And I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning of Trey's playlist and see if I can find one that gives the true overview of what this case looks like. in depth the way we like it. No gray area except the gray area that we're sifting through at the time of the video, which will no longer be gray when he's done. I do want to show you at least the footage that was released on the news that showed her walking, I should say allegedly walking, in the hotel into the freezer. And I will tell you 150,000%, I do not believe she walked herself into the freezer. Hopefully, it'll eventually all make sense. Right now, what I want to do more than anything is make you aware. So the first article I see here, I'm looking at, and I'm going to use it. Again, I don't give Essence credit. Not that they owe us anything, but that's a black magazine, and this was a young black woman. She deserved more than one article from you guys. Let's check it out. Is it even there? Okay. Yeah, 7 facts. I don't know about that, but we'll hear them out. I hope that they show you the hallway footage in the freezer. If not, I will find. It's not hard to find. I just wanted to show you now, but it's coming. And again, there are already some videos in the playlist for anybody who wants to get a head start on understanding this case more. Just trying to let the ad play. I guess there's more than one. Bear with me, you guys. Wow. Terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible, Essence. Seriously. 2 thumbs down. That didn't do her any justice. But I bet you one thing. Oh, I bet you we got them a whole bunch of clicks. See, with the media, you're only good to them if you're good for ratings. That's why this case would be cold if it weren't for Trey Gang. And I mean a tiny, tiny handful of YouTubers that put their heart and soul into getting justice for Kenneka Jenkins. They ought to be ashamed of themselves for that one. I'm mad that I even gave them a view. Let me check here. Once I'm done with this video and I go into my watch history and my own personal photos, I have plenty. I really don't even need this Wikipedia. I just wanted to read somebody's summation of what happened to give you an idea of the story. Because again, there's not a video I can really play that's short and sweet for you. Now I can give you hours and hours. We've gone through the whole entire 36-hour footage from the Crown Plaza Hotel in Trey Gang Productions Lives. I have gone to the Rosemont PD website myself and downloaded police reports and crime scene photos and everything. But I really just wanted to show an overview and tell the story in a nutshell for you. And Wikipedia did all right. But I'm really, really frustrated because all these links, nobody's told the story. Nobody's given a proper, decent overview. It was not an accident. I'm gonna find, let me try one more, you guys. I don't want to just show a body in the freezer. And I really can't think of that news station that showed the little clip of her allegedly walking into the freezer. Let's check out the Chicago Tribune since it happened in Chicago. I don't want to read anything else. Like I said, I've got plenty of paperwork and documentation. All right. Miss Teresa's talking. This is the mother of Kenneka Jenkins.
Open till my brother walked past. You know, remind you, we didn't know this was a crime scene till 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Once after they declared she was dead, when I started asking, can I see my baby body, and they first denied me, and I asked her for the sergeant name, the police name, and the detective name, and the sergeant name.
Yeah.
When I asked the sergeant for his badge number, then he said, I got to talk to the morgue. I said, can I see how my baby laying down there? You know, how she feel, how she died.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me see my baby. From just say 1:30 a.m. in the morning of today.
Yeah.
Until about what? It was about what time? About for like 4 hours after that.
Yeah.
Then that's when they pronounced her dead.
Okay. And how are they
Wait,
saying?
no, they told me she was. I'm sorry. They told us she
They
was
knew
dead at
before
1
then.
something, but they didn't let me see her body until 4 hours later. They did let me see. They wouldn't. They refused my mother, my sisters, her uncles. They refused my family to see her. They said only you and your daughter can see it, and you can't take pictures because this is a crime scene.
And this is still in the deep freeze.
This in the deep freezer, but they had at this time they had let the morgue take her, move her, defrost the freezer.
Right.
Her hair had soap and water up on there.
Yeah.
She was defrosted in the freezer. They defrost the whole freezer.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it gave you 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
But I asked her, can I see my daughter?
Yeah.
Why I can't see how she died? Why I can't see? Because I know in the deep freezer, I know at my job, you had to pull open and remind you can't even hold your balance.
Yeah.
Walking.
Right.
So now
So
you got to struggle, and at my job with our coolers,
yeah.
you got to have some strength to
Yeah.
yank these doors open.
Yeah.
Now, remind you, they said she couldn't barely hold herself up, yet alone pull open the door.
Right.
And they said, the police department said, freak accidents like that do happen.
So they're saying
And they
trying
said
to
they
say
didn't
that
see
she,
her.
that she,
And it's a camera sitting right in front of the cooler. They didn't see how she got in there.
So are they
They didn't
trying to
even see
tell
her
you
yank
that they're
herself.
trying to
I
tell you?
said, this the detectives that was out there.
Okay.
And then him, he was the one that was out there when they first discovered. They study coming in there. We sitting in the lot. We wasn't even allowed to be when they discovered the body. We wasn't even allowed to stand in the hotel lobby. They put us out. We had to stand outside and look, and we had to look on the 11th floor. We just looking, just hoping and praying that we could get some kind of help, because the people looking at us like, just they looking at us.
Yeah.
Looking like what they doing out here.
What are you doing? Right.
And we was forbidden to come back in the hotel room. So we studied trying, begging for help, begging for help. The police department couldn't even help us. After they found my baby dead, they couldn't even help us. The bastards! They couldn't even help us.
Alyssa, thank you. I do appreciate that one. And I am comfortable ending this video on that note. But that is only a part one for me. Because when I tell you all, you are in for the ride of your life. If you don't know this case, oh my gosh. But we need as many people as possible, just like with the little babies, to spread the awareness, because Kenneka deserves justice. The community is called J4K, and it's strong. It's really, really, really strong, thank God. But it can be stronger. This was just the beginning.